Hello, it's day 361, and I want to talk about dealing with other people. When you start healing your relationship with food through intuitive eating, you're going to notice a lot of changes. You're going to start losing weight, you're going to start feeling healthier, and you're going to start being more energetic. And before long, somebody is going to notice. And while it can be really awkward to have somebody comment upon your appearance or your weight, I think it's important to remember that most of those people are well-wishers. They're going to say things like, wow, you've really slimmed down. You've lost weight. You look great in that dress. What's your secret? And if you're coming from a disordered eating background, it can be very tempting to just smack those people down the same way you smack down your bullies. Like, I'm not comfortable with comments about my weight. Please do not comment about my weight. Do not do that. And if you do that, that's totally fine, okay? You don't owe anybody a certain reaction. But I think that it's more useful to remember that those well-wishers usually are still very deeply entrenched in diet culture. In diet culture, there is no greater compliment than to tell somebody that they've lost weight. Like, you lost weight, I noticed, and now I'm going to validate you because that's what I want. And if you don't accept that compliment, people are going to be like, wow, what a bitch. That was a really weird reaction, because they just don't understand yet. And you can argue in the way of the chronically online that you don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't owe anybody a certain, education. It's not my place to educate you. You should go educate yourself. But I think that's kind of a BS way of thinking about the world. In the real world, we share information, we share ideas. So I find that it's more useful to steer the conversation away from appearance and toward health. They say something like, wow, you've lost weight. And I say, yes, I have healed my relationship with food. If they want to know more, I tell them how. Wow, you look great in that dress. Thank you. I appreciate it. How'd you do it? What's your secret? Well, I've been reading this book about intuitive eating. I haven't been dieting. I've been following this advice. And it truly is as easy as that. You're going to get a lot more positive feedback from people if you actually treat them like people instead of like just annoyances. Like, please do not comment on my weight. It's like, no, I understand. I understand why you're doing it. I understand where you're coming from. But here's where I'm coming from. I have figured something out. And I think in that sense, intuitive eating kind of has its own structure working against it. Because with most diets out there, they're very soundbite friendly. Like, you can put them on TikTok, no problem. Like, here's what I ate for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Here's the exercise I did. There you go. Goodbye. But with intuitive eating, you have to read the book. You have to practice it. You have to do it for a long time before you start seeing results. Like, I'm only just now seeing results like 6 or 7 months later, and nobody wants to wait that amount of time. But when they see you being successful, and when they see you willing to share what you have learned, you're going to rescue some people. Keep in mind that you were probably there once too. You were probably just as obsessed as they were with appearance and weight. And wouldn't it be nice to have more people going down the path of true health instead of just weight obsessed, sexiness obsessed, beauty standard obsessed? That's just my opinion. Like I said, you don't owe anybody a certain reaction, but this is just how I feel. Go out and spread the word. What does it cost you? Maybe a little bit of time? In my opinion, that is a very, very low cost.